In today's video, we are going to build this cinematic storytelling website completely with AI. We are going to design the experience in Figma, create all the visuals using Lovart, and then bring it to life with Claude Code. The idea was pretty simple. I wanted to have a website that doesn't look like a website, more like a journey or a game. So let's build it. This is the wireframe I put together before recording in Figma. I got the hero and other sections. What is missing is the actual visuals. So if I were to design e-commerce or portfolio or any other real project, my workflow would look exactly the same. So let's build our fantasy world. For this project, I'll be using Lovart, and what I like about this platform is it feels more like creative workspace rather than traditional image generator. Because we are going to need images, videos, variations, and multiple scenes that feel all connected, I'm going to start a new project and create everything on one canvas. So let's generate our first scene. I want a first-person view from a small wooden boat traveling through a fantasy river. Think like a game intro, adventure, something that immediately makes you want to keep scrolling. So let's see what I can get. This is actually really good. We've got the boat, we've got the water, and we've got the atmosphere. But I think this world may be still a little too empty. I want destination, something that makes user wonder what's coming next. They get excited to get closer to this world and explore it. So I'm gonna generate like the giant ancient tree somewhere far in the distance, and we're gonna come closer and closer to it. And this is where Lovart start getting really useful. Like, I like this scene and I don't want to start over. I like the creative direction about it. I just want to move my camera closer. So I'm gonna use multi-angles so we can generate alternative viewpoints from exact same scene. So instead of rebuilding the whole world, we're just gonna change the perspective inside it. And for this project, this is perfect because every scene needs to feel like it's connected to each other. So we need this exact same positioning, exact same world. So let's move closer to the tree, and now that's look incredible. If I want to push it even further, I want the boat to feel traveling inside the roots, and eventually I wanna discover the hidden entrance to the cave. The next feature I probably use the most in project like this is move objects. And let me tell you, sometimes the image is great, but the composition just isn't. And like, I wanna move stuff, but I don't wanna regenerate the whole image, because we all know how this goes. If we keep regenerating, it never looks the same. Other option would be to go to Photoshop and mask some elements, but instead I'm gonna make all the adjustments inside the Lovart. I can even select the object, and instead of moving it, I can replace it with something else, for example a swan. And for web design, composition matters as much as image itself. And you might call me weirdo, but I really like to organize my assets. So I know from my wireframe that I have 4 main sections, so I'm gonna organize my image generation into 4 scenes. So I have start image and my end image, and that's gonna go into scene 1, which later on I'm gonna create video from it. So we've got the river, we've got the giant tree, we've got the cave. What we need is like a payoff. First, I was gonna create just like a massive waterfall, but then I had better idea that I will create a castle at the end. So they're gonna see a lagoon and then castle behind it. And now my story finally feels alive. I'm just gonna add some creatures and maybe try different variants of this image to get the exact this end point. Because every good story needs an ending. I actually ended up having this amazing end frame, and I wish it was a game, honestly. So our world is pretty much there now. We've built all the key scenes, but they are all images. So let's bring them to life. And one thing I really found interesting inside Lovart is that we can generate videos using the scenes we already created. So I'm gonna hop and click the video generator. From here, I will be using frames. I'm gonna have our start frame and end frame. So because I already organized mine, I know my start and end frames for everything. I'm gonna select them from the canvas, add them both here. For the aspect ratio, I'll be using 16.9. Duration, I will start with 4 seconds and preview if you need to be longer or 4 seconds is fine. For quality, I'll be using minimum 720 pixels. The first video I was using Cadence 2.0 to generate, but I think for the next one I'll be just using Cadence 2.0 fast, because I'm not doing too much movement, so I'm not gonna burn my credits. So instead of creating unrelated clips, we're building a motion that's gonna tell a story. Like the boat's gonna move forward or the tree gonna get closer. And that consistency is so important for this project because it needs to feel like a one whole journey, not jumped images. Now that we have all our assets, I put them in Lovart in one big frame, similar to Figma actually, so I can see which goes under which one and that they are all looks really good and one big story. Super excited to bring this to life. If I was not building this, I could probably add all my UI elements directly in Lovart. So let's export them, but before that I'm gonna make sure all of them are upscaled, so in Lovart I can just select that and upscale them all to 1080. So back to Figma, I'm gonna create separate sections. Each of them I want 1224 pixels, so just like the main viewport. Let's quickly add that, 1024. I might need to rearrange some elements so it feels more natural. And now I'm gonna add the video as a background in Figma. We can preview how it looks, but it's not gonna feel the same because we don't have this scroll animation yet. Now I previewed the Figma wireframe with actual videos inside, and there are some tiny bits that I have to improve, like shift the last word to the top, which is the kingdom. So this element I added to create a loop transition, so I'm gonna probably reduce it somewhere here, and I think this is ready. So in Figma, I'm gonna go inside Dev mode, and from the right side panel, I'm just gonna use MCP and continue in Claude Code. In here, I'm simply gonna ask to use my existing Figma design and implement it as it is. After a few minutes, Claude generated the layout. We got the structure, the typography, all the decorative elements. Now I need to add the scroll transitions. So for a full screen storytelling layout, I will be using sticky scrolling, smooth transition, video crossfade, as well as chapter titles that gonna fade in. Basically something that feels more like a game rather than a landing page. And this is where things start getting fun. As we scroll, the scenes transition, the videos fade between each other, and the world unfolds gradually. And honestly, this is exactly why I wanted to build this project. Not because it's a practical, but because it's a fun way to explore with these tools what we can actually do. Now, obviously, this is just a fantasy concept. Most websites not gonna need a giant castles or magical trees, but the workflow is pretty much the same. Start with the story, create the assets, build the experience, and bring all together. Whether you build a SaaS website, portfolio, startup landing page, or some passion project like this, the workflow is pretty much the same. And a huge thank you to Lovart, who is a partner of today's video. It honestly became one of my favorite softwares to explore creative direction. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the description. And as always, if you have any questions, leave them down below, like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!